Welcome to Address the Elephant. You're here with World Cup Board and
Trey Day was good.
here we're down in Hamilton and we're going to talk about the NZ music scene. There's a lot of cars around, but hey, that's Hamilton.
It's an active little city out here. Everyone's just out to have fun. It's a Saturday night. You know how it gets down here.
And the thing is that brings the vibe, and we're here for that. We're talking about the music scene, so that's going to bring the vibe even more. From my perspective, obviously you see a lot of the art that you make. Who is Trey? And from the people watching, essentially, can they learn a little about you?
Who is Trey? Trey's a fucking nerd. He says a bunch of cancelable shit in a song and doesn't really give a fuck, but does give a fuck. I don't know. I'm no special than anyone else, you know. I'm no special than any other person in the room. Nothing I do is really crazy compared to what you may do, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's all the expression of art and, you know, expressing yourself through art. So yeah.
So if they could take kind of one thing in a way, it'd be that even though that obviously you're an artist, you're just the same, you're the same type of person as everyone else type of thing. And obviously from the music you create, do you think from the beginning, you talked about the childhoodness in this?
Yeah.
Do you think from the beginning you were meant to do this?
I was always a bit of a creative kid.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to do something with my life creative. Like when I was a young kid, I used to do video editing. I used to edit for esports teams, and I thought video production was going to be my life, and ended up falling out of love with that. And then I found music when I was maybe 18, 19. And just started dabbling with that a little bit, and then realized, maybe I can get in the scene here, and maybe I can expand my life from here onwards. And it's been fun. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Nice. Do you sometimes find not editorial but love blocks in regards of the music stuff that you create?
Love blocks? What do you mean?
In regards of, do you have
creative blocks?
Creative blocks.
Absolutely. That's just a natural thing. Sometimes, life could just get a little bit stale, or maybe mentally you're not doing all right. Maybe you can't push past that little barrier. Usually it is just all with you though, whatever is blocking the path, it's in your own mind, so you gotta break past that yourself. But yeah, for sure. Also,
I've obviously had loads of personal chats to you. What do you think for maybe some artists in your perspective, creatives in your perspective, what do you think a way out of that, or the best way to manage that type of feelings, of blocks or just ruts?
Usually, in my own experience, I can't speak for everyone else. People have different type of mental blocks that get in the way of what they do. But for me, it's usually there's an issue at hand. Maybe I just got to deal with that issue, or it's maybe I'm not feeling unmotivated. Let's go fucking get the guys and go do something so that I can feel motivated. Maybe just go have a little night out, and then next day I'll rap about that night or some shit. It's just. Just going and having experiences. Don't forget to live your life as well. Sure, you might create art and you're in the art world, but you have a life outside of that also, and make sure you stay true to that also.
Now, this is a kind of a shout-out segment towards the end, but I feel like we can mention now because we're kind of on the topic. Who's one person in your life that from the beginning has been backing you majorly?
Oh wow, I'd say my boy Rayhan. That boy. He's really the reason I started making music. He's the one that evolved me, helped me make better music, helped me write better music, helped me just all around, he helped me a lot in my life. I've been friends with him since I was a kid. Yeah. And we've kind of always done stuff together, but that's the guy who's definitely quietly been in my ear, yo, keep doing this shit, yo, you should do this, you should do this. He's always been in my corner, and that's a guy who definitely deserves his roses. He used to make a lot of music too. He goes by the name of Young Brats. You may have heard of them.
Okay.
They haven't made music for a long time, but shout out Young Brats, those are my boys.
Do you think in those positions where you obviously have one really close person to you, is it better to have one really close person pushing you, or loads of people kind of helping you in that situation?
In this scene, I think the more the merrier. The more respect you have from people. You know what I'm saying? It's just good. Give out love and receive love. So. Yeah. Put the ego to the side in this space. Yeah. The ego's not gonna get you anywhere.
Yeah.
Definitely having more people with you, but having those true people with you is a different question. Having those true people that genuinely care about you as a person outside of the space, but also care about what you do in the space also.
Now, again, kind of funny story, crazy story. I was like once on a random bus in the wilderness of Canada, and I got off of it, and I had like a feeling like I made it. I don't know why. I had to feel like I was made it. I was young.
Yeah.
I was by myself. I was in Canada, and I was
That's
like,
beautiful.
I got out.
That's
you know, I got
beautiful.
out.
Yeah.
In this industry, and obviously you know the stuff I do. Like, where have you ever had that moment of like, wow, I've made it?
There's a specific moment I'm chasing for, and I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I haven't felt that moment yet of like, holy fuck, like I did this, you know.
Yeah.
But I know exactly what I'm chasing for, and it's a moment I've had visually in the back of my head, like ever since I like did my first show, right?
Yeah.
It's like I have this like dream and this constant vision of like being on stage, like I don't know, maybe my final song, just seeing all the lights in the crowd, like back to the front, you know, and just everyone like yelling my own song at me, you know, and me just like soaking all that in. Like that's something that I need to achieve in my life.
When was, again, you mentioned about your first show. When was the first show? How did that come about? Like, give me a bit of background to that.
My first performance, actually, it was with Young Bretts that I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
So there was this one year where a lot of artists we knew were getting put on all these lineups and whatnot. And it was cool, like, you know, it was cool to see, but like, we're like, why the fuck are we getting counted out?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, we're always getting counted out. And like, I think definitely being from Hamilton, like, it's all, like, you know, not being so heavy in the Auckland scene, it's like, it's so easy to be counted out.
Yeah.
Especially at that time. And so like, fuck it, we can do a show. Like, let's run it up, see how much it costs. It ended up costing us fucking bands. But we ran the show in Auckland. We had artists like Benny Bacci, Adonis. We had various other artists. But yeah, we had them come and be a part of the show in Auckland. And fuck, that show did amazing. Like, I think like that was like a real like holy fuck moment for me. Like, this is fucking cool.
Yeah.
It was stressful organizing it and getting all the pieces together, but it was definitely worth it. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't profit from that at all, but like the experience you get from it is rewarding itself. So
Yeah. So from your like first show to your most recent, what have you found like the biggest difference? From either your music, the crowd, how turned they were, like they're understanding you a little more. Like, what's the big difference?
I mean, music changes as you progress anyway. So, but definitely having more people know who I am now.
Yeah.
And so, like a lot of you know, when I go to shows now or do shows now, you know, there's more people that know my music than there was when I first started. You know, when I first started, I was a small fry. I had like 10 monthly listeners. No one knew who I was, or you know, like no one knew a single song. Like, you couldn't tell me a single Trey Day song in 2020, you know. But you know, now it's like I've got a few songs where people are like, oh yeah, I've heard of this, I've heard of that, and like it's just adapting the music. So yeah, for sure, there's been a lot of changes performance wise. Even just myself, like, you know, the more I perform, the more I know, like, it's like I performed this time, that went bad. I look at some footage, I look a bit silly doing that.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, okay, I'll keep that note for next time. You know, it's always progression.
Yeah.
There's always room to improve.
No, that's a good way of kind of looking at it. Again, this is like a long road, and it's a good way to kind of look at the progression.
Yeah, exactly.
And it
for
stops
sure.
that
Yeah,
next
and
little block.
that's the beauty of it, right? It's like,
Yeah.
you know, you're not going to be amazing when you start, and like, you know, you watch your progression along the way, and it's like, it's a beautiful sight to see. It's like, wow, I've come this far.
Doesn't it warm your heart? Like, doesn't it warm your heart when someone comes up to you and says that they know your song?
Oh, bro, that is like one of the craziest feelings. I still don't know how to react to it. Like, someone like, even last night I went to one of the homies' shows, and they're like, yo, Trey Day, like, I fuck with that song, like, oh yeah, like, fat cunt. And like, that fat cunt bar, like, it's catchy, right? And like, having people come up to me and be, yo, I fuck with that fat cunt bar. And I'm just like, wow. Like, I was just like, oh, thank you, bro. And I don't know how. I was like, I really want to give the person a hug.
Yeah.
And like, be like, yo, thank you, bro. I've been waiting
You
for
don't want to be too much,
moment.
but like,
Exactly.
you want to love it in the moment.
Yeah, but I still got to aurify them a little bit.
You gotta be like the artist where like you gotta like speak to the artist rather than like artist fan, like same type of level.
Yeah, like,
you know?
yeah. But when people come up to me and they tell me that they like my shit, or like they remember a bar, like, it's that's everything to you as an artist, you know?
Yeah, I love that. Now, like, touching on like the name, like, obviously a lot of people relate their names to who they are. Does the name have anything to do with personal?
I've been waiting so long for someone to ask this question.
Okay,
bro.
let's do it.
So it's actually such a buzzy story, bro. Alright, so So my real name is Trey, T-R-E. I've got an IRL 3-letter, you know. But I used to play Call of Duty a lot.
Yeah.
I still do now that it's back on PS5.
I've been seeing the Instagram
Bro.
posts, the reels, bro. You can check the Instagram
I'm
reels.
really grinding that, dog. I'm really grinding that.
Are you blasting people on the reels though? Are you like doing well on them reels? You know when you put them?
Yeah. I mean, all my homies that like I'll be playing games and people recognize the name from the reels, you know. So
No, I'm saying like, you know, are you getting good kill streaks? Like, are you on some type of like, you know, when you're uploading, you're not like on a bad.
What do you mean?
Like I'm saying, like, you know when you're putting up the reels, right? And you're putting up the Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like, are you dropping crazy numbers whilst you're, like, you know, filming it as well? Like, you going crazy whilst doing a crazy reel?
Oh, obviously.
Alright, okay, cool. Just checking.
Bro, I'm true to that game, bro. I am not new to it, bro. But yeah. So let's get back to the name.
Of course.
I actually had this friend. His name was Eyes Soldier.
Yeah.
And he didn't like that I just like he didn't like just calling me Trey. He's like, I'm not fucking calling you Trey.
Yeah.
And then he was like, he used to listen to like a lot of Dr. Dre and stuff.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, Dr. Dre used to go by Dre Day. And so he's just like, naturally, he's like, yeah, I'm calling you Trey Day from now.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck, that's cool. I'll run with that. And so it became my my Call of Duty gamer tag. So I just ran with Trey Day. But I actually have 2 A's in my Trey Day because of this trick shotter that I used to fuck with heavy. His name was MJD, and his gamer tag was MJ Day with 2 A's. So I was like, I'm gonna adapt that because you're my favorite trick shotter. I gotta glaze that a little bit. And then this guy called me Trey Day. I was like, it just fits. So
there's levels. There was levels to this name.
I've been known as Trey Day since I was like 14 years old.
So like it sticks close for real. Like this is a name. This is a name that never changed.
My family calls me Trey Day. Like
Okay,
I haven't been called Trey by my family members since I was like 14.
So do fans call you that or?
I mean, yeah. People call me Trey Day when they see me.
Yeah.
But you can call me Trey. It's cool. Like people just call me Trey, like thinking it's an abbreviation of my name, but whole time it is my real name.
So fans can say either way.
Fans
like when they rock up, they
say either. You can say Trey Day. You can say Trey. A lot of people call me Tree Day because they don't know that it's Trey Day. I don't care.
Is that annoys you, or are you cool with it?
No, I mean it did annoy me at the start, but it's like you can't expect someone to like look at that name and be like, it's a tree sound.
Because it's innocence in a way. It's innocence.
Yeah,
they want to rock with it, but it's a little innocent.
Exactly. So it's like I can't hate it. No. It is what it is.
Yeah, obviously in 2020 you dropped your first song, Once Upon.
Wow, you did some research.
Yeah, I know. I did a little. We drive down. So speaking about obviously the music, obviously speaking about the fans, they want to know obviously about your first song, Once Upon
a Time.
2020. Now, my question to you is, what was the hardest thing dropping that?
When I first made that, okay. Look, when I started making music, I didn't have any good equipment, right? So I started during the pandemic. That's when I started like playing around with making music.
Yeah.
I had like this shitty little fucking blue snowball, and so like I made this song and I showed it to my boy Rayhan, who I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Bro, this is a beautiful track." And then I had that other song with it. I forgot what that song is. It's fucking garbage. But you know, like, yeah. I mean, yeah. My people around me, close to me, were like, "Yeah, like just drop it. Just do it." And then like, yeah, like people picked it up and like people were like, yeah, I like that song. People were like, that song's fucking garbage. To me now, that song's garbage, but I keep it up because like that's where I started, you know. So.
But don't you think that's the best thing with editing or being a creative? When you look back at those type of things, you see cringe or either you see weirdness because it means that you've improved.
But that was a time that there was a time in your life where it's like, you know, you had to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, of course.
So it's like people still go listen back to that and make fun of me. It's like, it's cool. Like, people can make fun of me for it because it's like, but that's where I started. So, like, for me to remove that and be like, yeah, no, I'm removing it because I don't like it. But it's like, that's not true to who I am, you know? That's where I started, you know? I wasn't always making the one-liners like I do now.
Now, obviously, we just spoke about your most recent drop. Just recently, sent it. I've had to listen to it. Again, crazy. What's the biggest sound difference between that song and this song? Like, what's the two major things you can see in difference? Obviously, you spoke about the lines. What's another thing you can kind of think of?
Even just I guess you could say my cadence on the track, how I you know find pockets in the beat now. How I relay my words, how I tell a story is completely different. You know, back then it was very generic bars, very very basic stories, like you know what's gonna happen next in the song. So I try to make my songs a little more unpredictable and like try to catch you off guard a little bit. Like, you know, when I started off New Neon, no one was going to expect me to say fat cunt at the end of that bar. That's why it caught, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like, what the fuck, that's such a buzzy thing to say, but it catches your attention. So
Yeah.
you know, definitely changed how I approach beats and how I approach making music now, for sure.
Yeah, and I think like when you kind of listen to the first couple seconds and it hits you with that, it's like it's so.
It's an
like,
attention
wow.
grab. It's like, what the fuck did he just say?
And also as well, if you're not from here,
Yeah.
what the fuck did he say? Like, what the hell did he say? Like,
Americans are gonna be like, bro, this guy just said cunt on a bar.
yeah,
You know?
like who's like? But the thing is that's the best thing of it. And also as well, when we were driving down, my friend said that it was obviously like a Cardi, not inspired, but
it's a Cardi sample. Cardi's one of my favorite artists. Where like the way his performances go, are just fucking beautiful. Like it's insane. Like how like I would hope to fucking attain that sort of like that stage presence that he has. You know, like how when that beat hits, the fucking crowd goes nuts. You know, I'm sure you've seen it, but. You know that's
Rolling
the type
Loud.
That's the type, exactly, bro. Those Rolling Louds are beautiful, bro. You see the crowds go absolutely insane. That's shit that I hope to achieve one day.
Now, like, again, obviously we've seen Playboy Cardi, but like I think right now, again, this is like maybe a hot topic, address the elephant, but I think performance-wise, Nine Vicious is a lot better performer
Bro, no,
than Playboy Cardi.
That last Rolling Loud he just did was actually insane. I peeped it. Nine Vicious. So that beat was actually a Nine Vicious type beat.
Actually,
Yeah, it's
okay,
a Nine
okay.
Vicious type beat.
Yeah,
like
okay.
you hear the like the eyes and all
Yeah.
that, and then like you know there's definitely like Nine Vicious swag. But yeah, no, his stage presence is going crazy, bro. Like he's actually such a, oh no, it's like I love to watch this stuff. So it's beautiful to see.
Now, again, I have a question at the end, but we can address the elephant in the room. Obviously, currently, right now, Nine Vicious is going global, like international, and again, I think one of the top artists sound-wise. What, like, can you separate the art from the artist from from your perspective?
Whoa! Oh wow!
Hey, the thing is, people want to know, can you, as Trey, like, separate that, or for your perspective, it's like, no, I can't do one or the other. Hey, we asked the hard question, then.
I mean, you're kind of seeing it right now with Nine Vicious, though, right? Like, you know, he's had some stories fly around, but you know, there's people still going crazy at his concerts. You know, you still got Young Thug signing him and pushing behind him. So I think. I suppose you can, you know,
But-
like the stats don't lie. I suppose you can.
But the question is, again, we can kind of, different artists, different relations, 6ix9ine. Haven't we seen his kind of ups and downs?
We have seen that.
Do you think for someone like him that's like an ending route of clout in regards of beefing with everyone? And do you think Nine Vicious?
I mean, that was his character though, right? So like his character was like being the most hated person on earth.
Yeah.
And then now like he's just a funny guy. You love to see him on your For You page. You can't help but laugh. So
But could you see Nine Vicious like that, or because that's a very hard thing to see?
yeah, I guess you couldn't see what Nine Vicious, but he's kind of attacked it in a different way. Where he's like, you know, I think he had these stories fly out before the Young Thug shit, and then the Young Thug signed him, all that kind of stuff, and it just kind of pushed over, you know, whatever stories was there.
So your kind of perspective on it, some way or another way to answer it, is like, even if you do whatever with anything, you can still be successful in
You can
whatever
beat
method.
the narratives.
So you can beat the narrative.
You
So
can
if you
beat the narratives.
even it's not even separate the art between the artists. It's like you can beat anything. And
You
just,
can beat the narrative.
Yeah, you can beat the narrative.
Yeah.
Just end of.
You can rewrite the story for sure.
Now, obviously, about talking about rewriting the story, stuff like that. No, you go through,
Go
go
through,
through,
go
go through. Hey, mate.
Have
Okay.
a good night, brothers. Stay safe.
Obviously, speaking about the narratives, negative narratives, etc., we're kind of hopping over to a topic that I have a question for you. It's kind of a heartfelt one. What is the hardest thing you've had to overcome in the industry, or just one? What is the hardest thing you had to learn as an artist, just in general?
I think the biggest one for anybody just in the creative space, you know, not even just music, is fear of judgment. You know, breaking past that fear of judgment of what, like, you know, people you went to school with are gonna think about you. Breaking past what your family might think.
Yeah.
And like you never know what people are gonna think until you do it. And
Yeah.
you know, like it's all like in your head. You know, you're like, oh, this person's gonna think I'm lame. This,
Yeah.
like, my mom gonna be like, oh, this shit is, what are you doing with your life? But then like you actually do it, and you know that narrative in your head could completely switch up. you know?
Yeah.
So
Do you think New Zealand as a country or as a music sound creation holds you back as an artist?
I don't know. because my perspective, I've got a different perspective where I've gone to Australia, right? And been in the scene there, and I was received a lot better in that scene than I was received here. Like, you know, here you got to really grind to get your name up, but over there, you know, like I kind of went over there in like the perfect time where the scene was just popping off and people were like, oh, this motherfucker hard.
Yeah.
So, I think the scene here is very very cliquey, you know.
Yes.
Like, so if you're not with certain groups, you might not get the love and respect that like your art may deserve.
And do you think, again, like a lot of people can see that as a restriction, and of course, probably I think of that as well. But do you think, from your perspective of how far you've obviously grown the brand and the music, do you think that's been like a positive in a way? So you've had to remove those obstacles?
Yeah, I suppose. Like I've had to break past, you know, like I said, like being cut out or like, you know, being counted out.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I had to make my own opportunities, and those opportunities kind of paid out for me in the sense of like people know me from doing that show and whatnot, or like doing a few shows, or maybe even just showing love to other artists and like them fucking with you from then onwards, you know, removing the whole ego aspect. You know, give love, receive love, you know?
Love that. Okay, so obviously we've talked about a lot of things, but I kind of want to talk about a little bit of shout out right now. What do you currently see as some artists that you could shout out, or some artists on the rise?
I want to give some love to some new artists, actually. Some up and coming guys. This is a kid, that boy Luke on Instagram. I've been fucking with one of his songs so heavy, bro. I think this dude's name is, there's another dude's name is Prezi. Prezi. It's like PR6. He's I think he's like type new to the game.
Bet.
He's fire as fuck.
Bet.
Come on, who else I got love for? So I don't want to do like the obvious like homies and all that, but
who's on the rise? Who's on the rise for you? That's got like the
rise?
max potential in your mind, even if it's the homies, like who's on the rise for you?
Oh, actually, there's this other kid. Hold on. He's making content hard.
Yeah.
Fuck, what's his name? I think it's Urban. Hold on, let me find it. Yeah, Urban, what the fuck? He's been making hella content.
Oh my god, bro. If you haven't tagged in that one, Urban, that's my
you guys
boy.
Know him?
Bro, we text. Bro, I'm not gonna do tricks on that shit. Urban, you the goat. But the thing is,
he's been on a crazy content grind, bro. I gotta give my love to him because he's a young kid doing this shit, and like he knows exactly what to do. He's been hitting the algorithms well, bro. He's a I fuck with the kid.
And the thing is with Urban, I don't know the guy's age, but he is so young, and yet he's putting out merch. He's putting out merch.
Yeah, he just dropped some merch too. Yeah.
Yes, he's putting out physical like CDs and stuff.
Yeah.
I think he just put out a T-shirt. This is the thing. If you're a young artist, this is the type of artist to follow off, because the thing is, like, you look back at this and it failed, but he'll look back at it and obviously it will be really, really positive.
Urban Nick's in the game. I fuck with that kid.
And hey, Cheeky woke up board Urban music video coming soon. So I ain't gonna talk on it too much. So hey, shout out to Urban.
Yeah, I fuck with Urban. Cool kid.
Running it real quick. Obviously, Auckland Lifestyle just happens. Again, like massive scene. Like Lucy Bedger coming over here, massive show. You know, a sold out venue. Is that a game changer for New Zealand rap?
Bro, that whole AKL Lifestyle is carrying the scene, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's undeniable. You saw the outcome of that. I didn't go personally, but I saw the products of everything that happened. I missed it. I did a show the night before. Had to get back home the next day.
Yeah.
But, I did want to go to that. I saw the outcome. It looked crazy. It looked fucking insane. It would be an honor to fucking perform at that one day myself. But that shit. It's definitely a game changer for the scene. Nine is fucking carrying the shit. So, you know, big ups AKL Lifestyle and all that team.
Now, one question or one word answer. Can you describe the Hamilton rap scene? And I know you're not obviously exactly in Hamilton City, but can you describe it with one word?
I'll say family.
Family.
I say family because a lot of the scene around here usually does connect with each other, and like, you know, they kind of relate off the fact that they're from this city where you're not supposed to do what we do. So I say family. A lot of the artists around here are aware of each other, if not already fuck with each other.
Yeah.
So I definitely say it's definitely a family scene down here.
Now, last two questions. Obviously, we got to get up. It's freezing. My boy Ben behind the camera's freezing. We are both freezing.
It's cold
but
as fuck.
the last couple questions I have is behind you. What is important to this place we're standing right behind? Awesome venue, awesome physical place.
If you're from Hamilton, you have definitely been to Blaze and Chill, whether you got your nangs, whether you got your last minute vapes. You know, this is just the iconic, like, you know, save the night while it's still young place. You know, this is iconic. If you're a geeker in Hamilton, you know about this spot.
Okay, cool. On the show, we've already talked about we're addressing the elephant. For me, I'm addressing the elephant. Okay, don't get too antsy. It's not too much of a crazy question. Where did you get inspiration for the hair?
The hair. As a kid, I always like, when I was like 16, I always looked up to like rappers and whatnot and thought the lives that they lived were cool.
Yeah.
And so I was like, fuck it. 17, when I got some dreads, and then I just haven't changed it ever since. I just been having dreads. I fucked around, got some different colors. I think when I was like 19, I had pink.
Love that.
When I was like 18, I had like the X here, I had the half blonde.
Yeah.
I used to trim my dreads a lot, but at the moment I'm just letting it rock.
Hey, let's just make this very clear. This makes very clear. It's the third time this guy's come by. I actually can't believe it.
Shout out Hamilton, bro. Everyone just loves fucking ripping their shit.
Thank you. Anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. You're on Address the Elephant. You're here with Aiden.
Trey Day.
And yeah, we've addressed the elephant today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having
us. Bet.
Let's get it. That was cool. That was really cool. You asked some really good questions too.